my name is Rachel, and I love cooking in my Ninja Foodie. So welcome to another episode of Domestigoth. And so how you all doing today? I just freshly dyed my hair this morning, although by the time you see this video, you'll probably have already seen this hair color in 3 or 4 other videos by the time I get this one up. But, so I have freshly dyed hair, and I'm wearing that new apron my mom got me for Christmas. So, I'm excited about cooking some sauerkraut and kielbasa. So, my parents also gave me several jars of homemade sauerkraut. And they did give me 2 jars of green and 1 jar of purple. They said it all tastes the same, so I'm actually going to do today's with purple to match my new darker hair color. What do you guys think of the darker hair color? But, so that's the sauerkraut we're going to be using. Our ingredients for this are 1 kielbasa cut into these little 1-inch chunks. 1 small onion diced with roughly 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. A whole bunch of baby carrots cut in half. And about 3 or 4 golden potatoes cut into chunks. So yeah, let's get this started. Our first step, of course, is to turn on our Ninja Foodie. And we're going to choose sear saute on high. And we're just going to hit start and throw in a splash of olive oil. And while the olive oil is heating up, there's a couple ingredients I forgot to mention. Of course, we're going to need some chicken broth because we're going to be pressure cooking, so we need liquids in here. And I'm using this Izzy sparkling apple juice. And some recipes call for an actual apple, which I don't have, and I also don't like the idea of apple in my sauerkraut, although I've been told it's really good. And some recipes call for beer, some recipes call for wine, and I don't do any of that. I'm doing this sparkling apple juice. So basically what I did once again was I just read a whole bunch of recipes and Frankenstein together my own recipe out of all those different recipes I read for both regular pot as well as crock pot recipes. One thing I am missing that I wish I had, but I haven't found or haven't searched for in the grocery store yet, is my caraway seeds. Caraway seeds are definitely very traditional in sauerkraut, and that's something that I'm definitely used to, but I just don't have any, and I keep forgetting to get them in the grocery store. So let's start by browning our sausage. So the sausage is nice and brown now, and I'm going to be moving it back into the bowl. And this created very little extra grease. If you have a kielbasa that creates a lot of grease, you might want to drain some of that out before the next step. But this didn't actually create very much grease, so I can leave what little is in there. And then my next step is I'm going to put in the onions and garlic. And the carrots. And I'm just going to saute this until my onions are translucent. So I've cooked all that down for a little bit. My onions are translucent. I am going to turn off the sear saute because our next step we're going to get ready for pressure cooking. So I'm going to return the sausage to the pot. I'm going to add the potatoes. Let it stir. Add the sauerkraut. I actually didn't feel like that 1 jar of sauerkraut was enough for all of the potatoes and sausage and carrots I have in here. So I went and grabbed a second jar because they did give me a couple of jars. So we're going to do 2 jars of sauerkraut. I mean, these are somewhat smaller jars, I guess. So I'll have green and purple sauerkraut in here. Then I'm going to add, it's roughly a cup of chicken broth. Maybe I should add a little bit more just to make sure I have enough liquid in here. It's not good when you run out of liquids in the pressure cooker. So yeah, it's about 2 cups. 2 cups of chicken broth. And about half a can of this sparkling apple juice. Give that a good stir. Okay, I might have overdone the liquids, but that's fine. Salt and pepper. And next we're going to choose pressure cook on high. Put the lid on and twist. So temperature on high and time 8 minutes. Make sure our little gauge in the back is set to the seal position. Our gauge here is set to seal. And then we're just going to hit start. And of course the pressure building takes at least 10 minutes. So I'll bring you guys back when the pressure cycle is done. Okay guys, I have no idea what happened, but somehow I didn't record my sound for these last 2 little clips. But we're in the home stretch and I don't have the ingredients to do this recipe again, so we're just going to get an awkward voiceover. So that first part was just me doing a quick release on the steam. The second part is me babbling about being safe and waiting for the little pressure gauge to drop down and always open the lid away from yourself. Because of all that steam, you don't want to get splashed. And then next is me stirring it and realizing I probably did add too much liquid and only needed maybe that 1 cup or 1.5 cups of chicken broth. Also thinking maybe I only needed to pressure cook it for 6 minutes instead of the 8 minutes because my potatoes are super squishy. And then here I'm probably just talking about my parents' homemade sauerkraut and how the purple sauerkraut turned green after the pressure cooking, so all the color leached out of it, so it all just looks the same color anyway once it's cooked. And then we're heading into the last part, which of course is a taste test. So I'm scooping up some to taste it. And here we go. Me not waiting long enough for it to cool off. Trying to get a little bit of everything on my fork so I can get the full flavor profile. And then realizing it's way too hot and I really should have waited a few more seconds before taking a bite. But it does taste really good. So I hope you enjoyed my sauerkraut and kielbasa in the Ninja Foodie cooking with me thing. And sorry about this awkward voiceover at the end. And as usual, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't enjoy the video, you can give it a thumbs down. And please leave constructive criticism in the comments below so that I can improve. And please subscribe to the channel. And I hope everyone is just staying happy, healthy, and safe in this incredibly crazy world we're living in. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.